Welcome to Season 10 of the Lord of the Rings Online. We finally made it to the double digits. In this season, I'm going to be exploring some of the most northern regions of Middle-earth in the map of Forochel. This was a region that was added as a standalone update way back in the day, and I'm very excited about it. It's a very unique area, unlike many of the other ones, so it should provide a lot of fun for this season. I'm here at the northern border of Evendim, headed into the new map. Now, for those of you just joining me on this adventure, I highly recommend you go back and watch every season so far before starting this one, because this is a 100% playthrough of the Lord of the Rings Online, meaning that each season I go through an entire area, I do every single quest, every single deed, and then I spent hours researching online, mainly with the LOTRO wiki, to make sure that I did every quest. I compile all that information into a completionist checklist, which you can find at my website, renaissancegaming.net/lotro.html. Scroll down until you can see the completionist checklist, and then you can check each season individually. The quests that I have done will have a quest ring next to it. The deeds that I have done will have a quest ring next to it. And then the ones that I'm still missing will be blank, and I'll have to come back to them in the future. Also, what I like to say for every new season is I highly recommend you watch this series in 2x speed. You'll thank me later, I promise. So, I think that's enough of an introduction. I'm glad for all of you guys coming back for some more, and whoever's joining for the first time around. So, here in Forochel, I already have a couple of quests. Number one, the epic storyline has taken me up here, so I'll put that on my tracker. Next up, there was a quest that I got in the Misty Mountains, which sends me here to one of the villages in Forochel, so I'll finally be able to finish that quest. And finally, one of my level 50 warden quests, this one right here. I had to get 12 invader breastplates from Numinous, which I did in the previous season, and then I have to collect a Brioch spear. Brioch just so happens to be here in Forochel, so I'll have that quest to do here as well. But for now, we are entering this region, not so much so far, but it looks like our first village is going to be coming up here in the north. So I'm going to keep following the road. Cleared out my inventory. Everything is nice and clean. I'm completely prepared for this new season. This is one of the most beautiful maps you'll see as well. You get to see a bit of northern lights here. You'll see the sky at night. It looks really cool sometimes. Usually when you get a little bit more up in this area though. Another thing that's exciting about Forochel is that I only been through this place once, way back in the day, so I don't remember much of it. It should feel pretty fresh for me. And that's going to be true moving forward with this series. I've gone through the earlier Shadows of Angmar areas a lot in the past, so I'm pretty familiar with most of the previous maps that I've been in, but from this point forward, most of this stuff should feel pretty fresh, even though I've done some of it already. So the map is kind of empty, as you can see when you first come in. It does take a while to get to the main area hub, and I kind of like that because this is a frozen, desolate land, and only the craziest of the crazy can survive out here. And I think this empty area in the beginning really kind of sets that up pretty nicely, and then you run up to this camp here with some mammoths and the giant tusks for Arch. So I think it's all very well. Now this is a level 50 area, so just so you know. And let's start speaking with some people.
I do not think we should waste the day.
You look like you have come from a long journey. What is your land called, and what is it like? Does it have sand? I do not quite know what that is, but it sounds most interesting. I like to hear tales of distant places, especially after spending a whole day making kelka. It helps to break the ikavis, the tedium of the work. If you're of mind to assist, I think my mother could use your help. We have been trying to build enough kelka to give to some of the elders, as well as to the traders, but there are not enough workers helping. Just follow the road into Kaupakota. My mother's name is Aja. So first things first, always activate the stables.
My Koti is your Koti.
Make things a little bit more easy for traveling around. And I really love this, how unique this map is. Really unique cultures here, really unique group of people that we get to help out, so it's very fun. And then there's a dwarf here or there.
At your service and your families.
So this is that distant relations quest from the Misty Mountains. My cousin Gloin? I have not heard word from him in many long months. It is good to know that he is well, though with my troubles here, I do not know when I would be able to travel back to visit him. So finally got to finish that quest. And then this guy looks like he's got the epic storyline for me, so let me start over here first.
This day is good for the telling of tales.
Have you no sense, foolish Sivulinen? I don't know how to pronounce that. You dare come into our camp without announcing yourself? But then, you approach us with the noise of a herd of Norsu, so it is not hard to follow you. We tire of you, Sivulinen. You bring the world's ills with you, sweeping unhappiness into our lands. You will have to make your true purpose clear if you expect us to accept your passage through the tundra. If you wish to proceed further into the northern steppe, speak with the sentry who guards our borders with the forest. His post lies along the northwest road. He will be watching you closely for any signs of questionable intentions. So it looks like I'm going to be having to earn these people's trust before they give me more tasks and open up a little bit. So just a quick refresher on the epic storyline. If you remember, we were chasing Amarthiel and Laerden. We were able to rescue Laerden. We recovered half of the Ring of Narquil, and Laerden revealed that the second half of the ring should be up here in Forochel somewhere, and he asked us if we could help track it down. So that's kind of where we are with that storyline.
It is hopeless.
Ho there, you say you have come from Laerden the Elf? Aye, he was here some time ago seeking a lost ring or some such, but to no avail. Can you imagine hunting for a ring in the snows of Forochel? Nevertheless, his quest may not have been as foolhardy as I first believed, for men out of Angmar have moved through this region, and with them that I have never seen before. They reminded me of men of Gondor, but stranger. They seek something here as well, and it may be that your quests are related. If you wish to find your lost ring, you must speak with the snowmen, the Lossoth, who call themselves the Lumivaki. This is their land, and they know it better than anyone. I suggest you speak with Lassi at Circilla, for he knows best the mind of their chief. Alright. So lots of people to help out here at this first outpost. Let's see what this guy wants.
I'll not be ignored.
So it looks like he's some low-grade lore master. Through the trees, he says. Just go through the line of trees. Ha! Surely we would be wandering for a week or more that way. My shortcut is only way to... Oh my, I beg your pardon. You see, my fellows and I were on our way to... Well, that is of no consequence. In their haste, they took a road that we should not have been following, and it seems I have lost track of them. I quickly dispatched my raven towards the rocky outcroppings to the southwest to see if any tracks were left in the snow. So far, she has not returned. I was about to go retrieve her, thinking she got stuck in the trees, but my bear friend, Linden, is not well and requires my help here. If you are headed to that direction, could you look for her? This guy's a little bit scatterbrained. That's alright.
Why have you come here?
So here's that mother from the first guy we talked to. Why hello, traveler. I see my son has been making friends with all sorts of strange people to the south. He should know better at his age, but that is none of your concern, I suppose. As long as you are here, perhaps you could be of some aid to us.
Shadows fall upon us out of Angmar.
These past few months have been getting more and more difficult. There are too many beasts in the forests, and there are not enough hunters to collect our supplies for the Kelka. If you could help us collecting moose antlers, sinew, and driftwood. The antlers are important, you see. They are flattened into the luisua of the sleds, keeping them light but ever so strong. Most any moose you hunt in our forest should provide you with a generous amount. The sinew comes from the wolverines all around Kalpakota. Their meat is too tough for eating, but perfect for lashing the kelka together. There is something strange about the driftwood, though. The lake cares for it, cradling the timbers until they emerge on the southern shore like smooth gems from a Kivivaki trader's pouch. The wood glows like the moon, and because the kelka are formed from it, they will always guide us back to our homes. My people depend upon the kelka to take our goods from village to village. Your help will be greatly appreciated. Alright. And let's see if there's anyone else around here that I can pick up some quests from. Looks like there's at least one more quest ring here.
We must speak Atela Viras.
Ha, someone of your stature would make a great hunter. The Surmaja would never attack such light fare. If you ever hope to hunt with us carrying our quivers, you will prove that you can stare and kill down and not flee at the first sign of cruel beasts like a Surmaja. I hope your Luiston are cared for well. Well, when I awaken this beast, you will no doubt be wearing them out. Slay the Surmaja, and you will earn the right to hunt with the Lumivaki. So let me get ready to do battle with this poor pupper here. The warg's eyes suddenly snap open as it springs up on all fours, ready to strike. Alright, so I'll go ahead and hurt this thing. I don't want to, they're making me. Alright, and that does it.
May I be of help to you?
Is it dead? How can that? Of course, and just did I say that the Surmaja would be difficult to defeat. Why, even a child could have killed such a scraggly runt.
I do not think we should waste the day.
Strange that you could defeat a Surmaja without any training from our hunters, but it had not been fed well in our camp and was very sick last week. If you wish to hunt with us, then very well. Go into the woods and collect the fat from the underbellies of the Surmaja. One of our hunters will be able to use it later. Look to the southwest in the hills behind the lake. That is where you will find most Surmaja. Alright. So, deed here for completing quests within Forochel. I, of course, will be doing every single one of them. So I'll get that deed at some point. And always at the end of a season, I'll do a special episode dedicated only to the deeds. So that way we go over everything. Alright, so I got a lot of tasks to do here. Let me get on my mount. And let me see what I can find. I think I'm going to try to go around into those woods. I don't know if I have to kill these. I don't think I do. I do have to kill some of these antler things. Or moose for their antlers, I guess. Alright, so I gotta kill a lot of them, actually. Let me kill one of these wolves. See if I actually have to. See if they drop anything that I need. Yeah, it doesn't look like I need to fight them. Alright. Then let's see what this guy's all about here. He looks like he's cowering in fear, or he's frozen solid, or both. Let's find out.
The breath of the Witch King blows hard in this place.
No, they are trapping me, circling all around me, and I am sorry, just the terror they wrought still shudders through my mortal frame. It was the Susi, as you call wolves, that did this. I thought at first that the wind had spun into a terrible squall, but then they began to howl, insane wailing, like a giddy group of children playing a game. Their hideous screams of delight became snarls as my tent was torn apart. I was sure I would be rent limb from limb, but once they got my meager food supplies, the whole pack vanished.
The Lumivaki are troubled.
The Susi have always been an evil breed, but with the onset of this frozen winter, they have become more bold and far more dangerous. They raid our guard tents, and some have even assaulted Kapakota. If you wish to gain the trust of the Lumivaki of Kapakota, you will hunt down the Susi and kill as many as you can. They prowl all around us. Hurry! I do not wish to become the next Susi's meal. Alright, so now I have to kill some of the wolves. Did I have to kill these? We'll find out. Yes, I need to kill 10 of them, so lots of enemies I gotta kill. Wolves, badgers, moose, all sorts of stuff. So I'll just run around doing a little bit of hunting. Right, let me see if I can get to that guy in time before my gambit runs out. I made it. Sweet. 14 wolves. Yeah, we're gonna do a lot of hunting this episode, it looks like. Let me go ahead and bunch these up. If I can. That other one went running. He didn't want to do anything with me. Alright. That one didn't count for some reason. That's alright. Let me kill that guy. Excellent. So should have stuff all over the place here. Hopefully I don't have to stray too far to find everything I need. Looks like I may be able to round a few of these up and do some AoEs. Where's that den mother going? I have no idea what she's doing. She's just kind of chilling back there. There you go. And looks like there's some wood here. Let's start collecting some of these as well. Go ahead and kill this moose. So this is actually a pretty good alternative to Angmar if you're trying to just power level through the game. Once you get to around level 40 or so, instead of going to Angmar, you could come here. Angmar is a bit more difficult. Of course, you get the epic books there, so if you want to follow that storyline, it's probably best to go to Angmar, but there's a lot of group quests in Angmar as well that will slow you down. This is probably a more efficient leveling path if you're strictly worried about leveling. And again, I don't recommend you guys do that. This is not the type of MMO where you rush to the end game. This is really about the journey, not the destination. I recommend you take your time through the game, go slow, enjoy it. Do what I do. Do 100%. Enjoy the storylines that the developers placed in it. That's my favorite part for sure. No need to rush anything. Alright, so I got some warg fat. Let me try to pull a couple of these with some ranged attacks. That way I can AoE them down. Unless they stun me. Alright. Slowly getting everything I need here. Well, let me just kill this one, it's fine. I hate getting stunned so much. Alright, let that guy bleed out. I'll just kind of move on. Looks like I only need one more here. Excellent. Next up, I need more warg fat, more wolves, And more badgers. Speaking of badgers, these little guys run though. They're not really badgers, they're wolverines. There's a difference. I don't know why I call them badgers. I guess they kind of look like badgers a little bit. I don't think I need any goblins for anything. At least not yet. Definitely need some of these. All right. Let me see what this little orange circle is. Something up there. I think maybe this is where I can collect some of that warg fat. Looks like there might be a warg pit here. There we go. Looks like this is the place to hunt them, for sure. All right. Slowly making progress. Let me get on my mount. It might make things a little bit faster. Did not get fat from that one, so I guess not all of them is gonna drop it. Making things even more difficult. Go ahead and kill that guy. And his buddy. Guy's like lurking behind the trees like a creeper, trying to put him out of his misery. I can definitely get another one of these. Wow, that guy gave a nasty, gnarling roar there. It was impressive for his size. And this should be the last Wolverine I need. There we go. And then a couple more warg fats, 5 more wolves, and I should be set. I'm in the right area, but there's just not that many wolves around. Can get rid of this guy. Let me see on the other side of the road. I might have a little bit more luck. I don't know. Only a couple more. And then hopefully I'll run into some wargs now. I wish I would have seen this when I still needed the moose. It's like all of them in one spot. It's perfect. Alright, this should be the final one. Alright. Next up, I just need some wargs. Looks like mainly in that one area, hidden in the cliffs, is where they're going to be congregating, so guess I have to go back. I didn't want to stay around there because I didn't want to wait for respawns, but there should be respawns now. I wonder how my steed feels me about killing moose. Looks like they could be distant relatives. Sure, he won't mind me killing wargs though. Alright, let's get this guy. There we go. I am ready to go turn in some quests, finally. Alright, so let me just head back to the main camp, I guess. So again, I forgot how this all goes, but I think really the main area is this town right here. I kind of forgot what's over on this side, but we're gonna find out together. And you can see those beautiful night lights there from the north, equivalent to our northern lights. It's a really nice looking map. Probably the best sky in Middle Earth here. Just don't run into cliffs.
Why have you come here?
This is a Hivis, kindness. You have performed. These materials will help us make enough sleds for the hunters and for the elders.
Our fair voices on the wind.
Now that we have all the raw materials, we are ready to build the sleds. However, our rawhide will never hold the wood together if it is not cured first. Curing the rawhide dries it and makes it last longer. First, we will need some swola, salt. The kivivaki call it. The kivivaki. Bring it from a place known only in stories, where mounts rise from the earth. These traders are the only ones who were able to gather it. Trade them a set of antlers for a satchel of swola. Then place it in the curing barrel with the rawhide strips. If you do this for me, you will have proven yourself a friend of the Kelka makers of the Lumivaki. Alright, so we need to go procure some salt from some of the traders. So these are very proud people that live here in Forochel. They're very tribalistic in nature, very isolationist, but they also engage in trade with all the other tribes. Very trade-driven economy, it appears.
Greetings, J.R.R.
I did not think you would survive my challenges, Civilinen. Even my hunters might have been overwhelmed by so many Surmaja. Now you have proven yourself. We have one more request.
We must speak, J.R.R.
The most vicious of the Surmaja, which some call the Behemoth, waits for us among the rocks to the southwest. The beast has been made stronger by the Rautavaki and has grown far too powerful for our hunters to defeat alone. Perhaps you can help us drive away or slay the beast. We will rub the Sumaja fat you brought us on a token of the Losoth and set it alight. Place this token in the ground when the behemoth attacks. Hopefully the beast will become frightened and you may attack it in its confusion. The behemoth is a terrible foe and you should use caution when approaching it. I'm pretty sure I defeated a signature warg. That might have been this guy, I don't know.
The Luniveki could use your assistance.
Sivulanen. We must talk quietly but quickly. There is a horrific threat along the gentle shores of our lake. I have heard Valteri's hunters gather in the twilight at the gate of town in hurried whispers, readying themselves for some kind of assault. I try not to be a curious person, but if Valteri is concerned, then the likes of me should bolt for the fair fields of the south. I heard them talk of a Sumaja who by night watched us from the battered peaks and spoke to Angmar in a voice we dare not try to understand. This Sumaja, whom we call Block, was bred long ago in that horrid land and now waits the shadows for the right time to signal an attack upon us. I fear Valteri is not moving quickly enough. Someone needs to strike down this craven beast. Will you do this? Block wanders among the other Sumarja along the west shore. Alright. Let's see who else we can talk to for now. Well, I guess that was everybody here in the town. So usually I like to keep these episodes about 30 minutes long, and that's about how long I've been recording. So I think I'm going to call it an episode here, and we will continue our quest in the next one. So thank you very much for watching. Be sure to join the fellowship by hitting the subscribe button. Leave a like on the video. It really helps the series to grow, and I'll see you guys next time.